dinosaur fossil.
Dinosaur fossils. Study of fossils is an intricate art and science.
This is 150 million year old fossil of a marine species known as ammonites. It was a coiled-celled cephalopod which coexisted with the dinosaurs during the Jurassic and Cretaceous period until it got extinct 66 million years ago during a mass extinction cataclysm due to an asteroid impact which wiped out more than 75% of the species on Earth, including the dinosaurs. Now researchers spend millions of dollars on studying fossils of different species of dinosaurs, birds, mammals, and even humans. They believe these fossils hold a crucial key to understand the past life, its ecosystem, dynamics of the earth, and even reframe the destruction that was caused during such mass extinction cataclysms in the past. The question should not be why spending so much of money. The question should be how. How do they find such enormous information from these fossils which barely look like a rock? And even how did these organisms got converted into fossils? And how are they even preserved for millions of years? Well, luckily I'm a geologist and we are going to look exactly how it's done. Also, I have an interesting story that could change your perspective on looking on these fossils forever. Since we have so many answers to find out, so buckle up tight because we are going to dive deep into it. I found this fossil from the Kutch region of India intact in a rock boulder. It's amusing that this was a marine species living in the ocean, but at present its fossils are found several meters above the sea level in a semi-arid desert region of Kutch. How this even possible? So I searched on internet and came upon several articles to find out that these are not the only marine organisms that are found in this region of the same age as ammonites. Several other invertebrate fossils like belemnites, gastropods and brachiopods were also found. But the most striking discovery was made in 2016 when a group of researchers found a 152 million year old fossil of a marine reptile called ichthyosaur. The fossil is almost complete with just the head missing, which is a remarkable fossil specimen in the whole of Asia. The most astonishing fact that researchers found while analyzing this specimen was that they found these ammonites inside the belly of the ichthyosaur. These animals used to eat the ammonites and fishes in the ocean. Thus, the only explanation it points out is that Kutch should either be underwater or part of an ocean. If you thought so, you are right. To understand this, let's rewind our time back to 200 million years from present, when India and Africa was together. You see, the earth crust is not a single layer of rock, but instead it is broken into several parts known as plates, and it moves continuously past each other since its formation billions of years ago till present. Yeah, it moves very slowly, averaging only 2 to 15 centimeters per year. Now, nearly 160 million years ago, the Indian plate and African plate started to split apart, forming a new ocean. During this time, the Kutch region was actually a part of this new oceanic floor, and different marine organisms used to live and flourish in this region. Both ichthyosaur and ammonites used to live, with ichthyosaur preying on ammonites to thrive. Hold on, great story. But how did my buddy over here become a rock? How does actually an organisms convert into fossils? According to the definition, a fossil is a preserved remains, expression or trace of any living organism in the past geological age. So my buddy used to live in this region and must have lived a long life. But soon after its premise, its body settled down on the ocean floor, where bacteria started to decompose its soft parts, leaving behind the hard outer shell made of calcium carbonate, which these bacteria cannot decompose. Also, the sediments in the ocean were continuously deposited over the hard shell for millions of years. During this time, the hard shell of the calcium carbonate got replaced by the silica fluids in the sediments atom by atom. Finally, the overburden pressure from piling sediments over millions of years converted the sediment into rock and the hard shell into this rock fossil. The shell converted into a rock, but you can still see the beautiful outer shell expression that has been preserved. This fossil was under the ocean floor till around 66 million years, until the Indian plate collided with the Eurasian plate, creating the huge Himalayas and also the emergence of the Kutch land above the sea level. Eventually, the rock got eroded, which ultimately led this fossil sample to get exposed on the surface. It's really unbelievable that a tiny fossil like this contains such immense information. Fossils can also provide information about the past ecosystem of the region, just like this one. It's a part of an extinct rhino species known as Rhinoceros brachypus. It used to live 14 million years ago in the Kutch region along with ancient extinct species of elephants known as Gomphotherium and Deinotherium and other extinct animals too. This region is currently arid, but the presence of such animals suggests a well-habitable tropical to subtropical environment. To testify it, scientists further found fossils of pollens of different plants of the same age. The pollens discovered from this region definitely suggest it to be a wet tropical rainforest. It's wild to even think that 14 million years ago this region was a vast tropical rainforest with humid climate which eventually turned into this arid to semi-arid region with one of the minimum receiving rainfall regions in the world. Also look at this recent discovery of a fossilized 30,000 year old baby woolly mammoth found in the Klondike goldfields of Canada's Yukon region on June 2022. This was a huge discovery because rarely the soft part of the body is preserved. The permafrost in the region and its quick deposition led to one of the best fossilized specimens of mammoth yet found preserving soft tissues like muscle, skin and even hairs. Scientists can now study its DNA from the preserved tissues to find the type of vegetation and environment it used to live in, even the habitat or any diseases or viruses, if any, used to be present during that period. Eventually, fossils are rare since they are found beneath the layers of rocks. Also, these look like a rock, so it's much harder to detect. And if it's found, it's rare to find all the parts of a species at one place. Hence, researchers have to design the whole species of what it would have looked like from fewer bone specimens, which can be incomplete or even broken. And due to this, there is a high chance of error in reconstructing this species. One such amazing example is of this famous dinosaur, which you must have seen him best from the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World franchise movies. This is a velociraptor. But it doesn't actually look like this. Thanks to a newly near-perfect discovery of this fossil from northeastern China, which shows that instead of velociraptors looking like a tight, scaly skinned reptile, it used to have feathers. A fluffy, feathered poodle. Fluffy but a scary one. There's so much to study about past life and its ecosystem that we actually don't know about yet. Since fossils are rare, researchers have spent decades to unfold these discoveries. Scientists believe that only 5 to 10% of the past species have been discovered, rest is still a mystery. I hope we discover more such amazing specimens from the scientific world to evaluate how the changes in the earth led to the extinction of these species and how we as the present dominant species need to adapt and prepare ourselves for such changes in the near future. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel. Till then, I am going to find another interesting topic for you to deep dive